forces of good against the dastardly schemes of the wicked.
Venom is way stronger and more powerful than Spider-Man, but it can't take fire and loud noises. That'll do it every time.
Even a tiny little paperclip is a deadly weapon in the hands of Bullseye.
It says here that X-Statix 21 has the Rebel of the Century. Wow!
Comic books. Every new issue is devoured by millions of adoring fans.
Have you got the latest Daredevil issue? My dad has every one of the early Superman volumes in mint condition.
Fantastic Four? I need the new Fantastic Four.
Comic books. They spawn worldwide conventions and blockbuster movies. Heroes and villains alike are made into toys and printed on t-shirts, lunchboxes, sheets, and pillowcases.
Did you know that you can buy a copy of the Rubicon Advisor at Cyclops wears?
There's a comic book convention next week. You can get really rare collection editions there.
I heard that they're coming out with a new movie with Dr. Octopus and Magneto together.
Comic books. A modern mythology.
Dr. Doom has an IQ of like, I don't know, 200 gazillion.
The way that the Sabretooth can heal himself is truly amazing.
Rogue and Gambit really love each other. It's too bad Rogue can't touch him without knocking him off and stealing his identity.
The Human Torch is so cool. I wonder his clothes never burn up.
The problem with Mr. Fantastic is that he feels so guilty about causing his friends to be mutagenically altered.
Don't you think it's unfair how Ben Grimm is the only one of the Fantastic Four who can't change back into his original self? Don't you think he gets tired of being that big orange thing?
When the Beast was still a kid, Hank McCoy, he had very large hands and feet. My feet have always been kind of big. My hands are kind of big too.
They love their superheroes, these comic book fans. They love how they battle nightmarish villains, overmatched and overwhelmed, but always emerging victorious to fight another day. They love how they are mostly common men and women, sharing their own human flaws, their hopes, their dreams. After all, it is only some random quirk of fate that makes these heroes who they are. Peter Parker, the shy young high school student bitten by the irradiated spider, became the famous Spider-Man. The struggling young artist, Kyle Rayner, became the Green Lantern.
Bruce Banner
Became the Incredible Hulk.
Matthew Murdock became Daredevil.
Reed Richards became Mr. Fantastic.
Scott Summers.
Cyclops.
Clark Kent,
Superman.
Steve Rogers.
Captain America.
Bruce Wayne.
Batman.
Wally West.
The Flash.
Stanley Sapowitz.
Stanley Sapowitz.
Stanley Sapowitz.
It's Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz, actually. My mother named me Leonardo after that famous artist. I think he lived in Italy a long time ago or something. Anyway, I'm glad she named me that because I'm an artist too. At least I want to be. I've been drawing ever since I can remember. I really got dedicated though when I saw my first comic book. I was about 8. As soon as I opened up the pages, I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to get a job at a comic book company. I wanted to spend my life drawing pictures of superheroes.
Stanley grew up as all boys do, and he did get a job at a comic book company, Wonder Comics, run by the illustrious DC Wonderman.
This new issue of Lion Face is the best one yet. The drawings are stupendous. I can't believe I'm actually here working for DC Wonderman, the greatest comic book man of all time. I can practically see all the superheroes and villains that were created here. Meteor Man, Swamp Creeper, Cat Lady, Master Freeze, King Comet, the Jester. Silhouettes! What are you doing? I told you the floors and empty the trash can. Yes, Mr. Ornament. Sorry, Mr. Ornament. And pardon me, Mr. Ornament, but Sapowitz? Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz. My mother.
Yeah. Viola!
1 second, sir. Sorry. I've given everyone their assignments for the week, Mr. Wonderman. And his wife called and said don't forget to pick up her dress on your way home from work.
What did you think I am? A delivery man? Mr. Wonderman, I was wondering if you've given any thought to maybe letting me try some drawing. I have this picture I made right here. Not right now, so that's work to do. Yes, Mr. Wonderman. Sorry, Mr. Wonderman. And Mr. Wonderman and Sapowitz. Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz. Right? Stinkovats. Right.
Oh, Mr. Wonderman, I almost forgot. There's a big box in the mailroom addressed to you. I would have brought it up.
A big box, you said? taxes and all, I'll be in the poorhouse by summer. Here's your package, Mr. Wonderman. Oh, yes, this is it. Just in time to go put on my desk over there, cigarettes. This is one. And Viola, be on my artist in here. I have something very important to discuss with her.
Right away, sir.
Sapovitz, Sapovitz? Mr. Wonderman? Stanley Leonardo Sapovitz? My mother, I'm sure your mother's a queen of a lady, but I don't have time for her right now. I need you to get out of here. Maybe go clean something downstairs for hours. Dust our old issues in the back storeroom? Dust them, sir? Yes, dust them. And don't come back here until maybe 8 o'clock tonight. We'll be done with that, and you can clean up here. Yes, Mr. Warman, of course. Mr. Warman, do you think if you had some time, you could take a look at my drawings? Please? Sure. Now get out. Okay, Mr. Warman.
Yes, sir. It's the box for the salvation of my company. They're all here, Mr. Wonderman.
Hi, DC.
What's up?
What's so important?
Viola, it's almost 5 o'clock. Why don't you go home a little bit? We don't need to tonight. But Mr. Wonderman, I haven't finished filing.
File, Shemile. You work tomorrow. Go home and relax. In fact, take the day off tomorrow.
The day off, but
But no arguments. You deserve a little vacation. Yeah.
Of course, sir. Thank you, Mr. Wonderman. Good night, Mr. Wonderman.
Now, everyone, I have something very important to discuss with you. Okay, we're listening. It's top secret for your ears only.
Spit it out, Wendy.
Whatever it is, I hope it makes us more money.
Oh, it'll make us more money, my friends. Much more money. More money than we could have ever dreamed of. At least it'll make me that much. You artists, it'll give you a big fat raise.
I'm always up for big fat raise.
Me too. The fatter, the better.
Does this involve coming up with a new series?
New series? Ha! What we're going to be doing will be far better than just a new series. It'll be revolutionary. It'll change the very face of comic book art.
It will.
What could be so revolutionary about comic book art?
Yeah, no matter what we do, I'm sure it's been done before.
That's where you're wrong. This has never been done before. What if I told you I have found a way to make whatever you draw come alive? That the characters in our stories become real, live, talking, heroes and villains.
What?
That's impossible.
Oh no, it's not impossible at all. It can be done very simply by using the pens in this box right here. I read all about it in this catalog. Listen to this. Tired of sitting at your pad all day drawing flat, lifeless pictures? Try our powerful pens from Polynesia for a truly unique experience. Ink crafted from potions found in wizard caves in ages gone by, these pens will bring life to any hero or villain you draw.
That seems a little far-fetched to me.
A little far-fetched is putting it mildly.
Do you really believe this, DC?
It sounds like Scam City to me.
If it were a scam, why would they write this? Full satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. I tell you, everyone, these pens are gonna make us a fortune.
So you're telling me that whatever we draw with the pens in that box will actually come to life?
Absolutely.
That is truly weird.
Weird, but it does have some very interesting possibilities.
But if the characters come to life, how will we make them do what we want them to do?
Simple. We just keep drawing them following our storyline.
If that works, then people could watch our superheroes and villains actually living through the adventures we think of for them.
You're right. It'd be far better than an ordinary comic book. Better than TV.
Better than the movie!
The ultimate reality show.
Now you're talking. We're gonna strike it rich with this. Very rich.
Rich is nice.
I can live with rich.
And very rich is even better.
Okay, everyone. It's too late to start tonight, so I want everyone to go home, get a good night's rest, and be ready to start bright and early tomorrow morning on our first issue of Wonder Comics Alive.
Wonder Comics Alive.
Powerful pens from Peloponnesia, you have made my day. Finished dusting all the back issues, Mr. Ornament. I guess he left for the night. Maybe I'll finish emptying out his trash can and I'll leave for the night too. I have a really good idea for my drawing. Guess he didn't like it. Hello, Viola.
Oh, Stanley, I didn't see you there. I was just picking up some paperwork. What's that you're holding?
Oh, it's just a drawing idea from Mr. Wonderman. He didn't like it. I found it in his trash.
Oh, Stanley, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll just have to draw a better one.
Look, Stanley,
Gee, Viola, thanks.
Don't mention it. I better get going. Mr. Wonderman gave me the day off tomorrow. Isn't that nice of him?
It sure is very nice. Good night, Viola.
Good night.
I'm going to be a comic book artist if it's the last thing I do. I guess he left for the night. Maybe I'll finish emptying out his trash can and I'll leave for the night too. I have a really good idea for my drawing. Guess he didn't like it. Hello, Viola.
Oh, Stanley, I didn't see you there. I was just picking up some paperwork. What's that you're holding?
Oh, it's just a drawing I gave from Mr. Wonderman. He didn't like it. I found it in his trash.
Oh, Stanley, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll just have to draw a better one.
Look, Stanley. Mr. Wonderman must have ordered a box of pens to give out to his artists. Here, how about you take this one? It might give you luck.
A pen from Wonder Comics. Gee, Viola, thanks.
Don't mention it. I better get going. Mr. Wonderman gave me the day off tomorrow. Isn't that nice of him?
It sure is very nice. Good night, Viola.
Good night.
I'm going to be a comic book artist if it's the last thing I do.
Will Stanley get to be a comic book artist? Will the pens of Peloponnesa really work? Will DC Wonderman make piles of money? The next day, answer one of these questions.
We've been sketching all morning. My hand is killing me.
Where's Wonderman? The meeting was supposed to start 10 minutes ago.
I don't know, but I wish he'd pick which one of our characters he's going to use for Wonder
Comics Alive.
Me too. I want to try one of those pens from Peloponnesa already. Do you think they can really work?
We'll know soon enough. Here comes Wonderman.
Okay, everyone, listen up. You worked hard all morning presenting me with sketches of superhero after superhero. I've studied them very carefully and have now chosen the first in our new groundbreaking series, Wonder Comics Alive. This is the character that you draw with your new pens from Peloponnesa. You will draw his environment, his headquarters, his tools, his henchmen. You will draw him in all his glory so he can leap from our pages to become a living, breathing superhero.
Unveil the picture already, Wonderman.
Yeah, we want to get started.
For Pete's sake, people, it's a momentous moment. It deserves a little fanfare. Where was I? Oh, yes. Do you have your sketchbooks ready?
Sketchbooks ready.
Pens in hand?
Pens in hand.
Prepare yourselves to go down in comic book history.
We are prepared.
Then it is now my honor to present to you the first in our new groundbreaking series, Wonder Comics Live, Dr. Shockclock.
That's mine. I drew that one.
Yes, you did, and congratulations. This is our new superhero, folks, our living comic prototype. It is now time for you to use all your artistic skills to bring them to life. Raise your powerful pens from Peloponnesa and ready, set, draw.
Now it is time.
And our leader,
Please welcome Dr. Shotcloth. Yes, Master of the Minute, we are glad to be here.
and we're glad to have you, Dr. Shockcloth. You're going to make history as the first living, breathing superhero of all time.
Superhero? What's all this superhero stuff? I'm the villain, the grandest villain around.
But you can't be. We drew you to be your hero. That's our trademark. That's
Notice how your boss has just been frozen in time? I did that. Because I did that because Dr. Shawclock can stop time. I can freeze people in the moment.
what just happened.
I happened, little man. I stopped you in your tracks, froze you in the moment. I, Dr. Shawclock, can stop time.
It can't be.
Oh, yes, it can. And you, your company, the entire world, in fact, are mine for the taking. It's only, you might say, a matter of time.
Quick, artist, draw here to fight this villain.
Sorry, guys, but I can't have you do that. Heroes can be annoying little creatures. Minutos, take these people and their pens away.
Yes, Scion. Kind of like my cool one.
Put them in my time freezer. They can enjoy a little stint in suspended animation. Ah, yes, my time has finally come. I will become rich, famous, powerful, and no one can stop me because I can stop them first. I can stop time. After all, I am Dr. Shot Clock.
Tick tock, tick tock, shot the clock. Tick tock, make time stop. Tick tock.
Very good, my little Minutos.
You're the supreme commander of time.
The king of crime?
How right you are.
You're the ticking time lord.
You're Dr. Shock Clock.
Ticking time word. I like that. Very appropriate, I must say. Minutos, take all the clocks and timepieces. We need to find a more appropriate place for my headquarters. Maybe somewhere in Times Square. Oh yeah. Not bad, but I look better in real life.
Woe to the comic book man who oversteps his bounds. Wonder Man was one of these. Luckily, he had Stanley Leonardo Sapovitz waiting patiently in the wings.
Mr. Wonderman? Mr. Wonderman? I thought I heard a lot of noise up here a minute ago. Oh, gee, that's an evil-looking villain. I wonder if we're going to use him in. Maybe I'll just sit down and draw for a while with my new pen. Maybe, if I draw something really good, Mr. Wonderman will like it and let me borrow one of his artists.
It's Star Guy!
Who are you?
I just told you, Star Guy. I'm the best looking, most charismatic, and popular superhero around.
This is very strange. You look exactly like the character in the picture I just drew.
Of course I do. I am that superhero. You drew me.
I drew you.
And I must say, you have very good taste in superheroes.
This is very strange. How could I have just drawn you and you appear like that?
Simple. You're using the pen from Peloponnesia. Everything you draw comes to life. And man, oh man, are the girls in this town gonna thank you for me.
This is very strange.
You're repeating yourself. Hey, what's your name?
Stanley Leonardo Sapovitz.
Cool. Now listen, Stan. You really aced it in drawing me, but you left me a little defenseless, you know?
Defenseless?
Right. Aside from my good looks, which I admit are pretty outstanding, I don't have any weapons. I need you to draw me something with power, Stan. Something otherworldly, you know?
I could draw you a laser gun, or maybe some sort of cosmic sword.
No. What I need, Sandman Man, is something with power. Something to fit my star-like persona. Something like a charisma ray.
A charisma ray.
Right. Whenever I shoot it, everyone falls to my feet, screaming my name, begging for an autograph.
That's a very strange weapon for a superhero. But I guess I could try to do something like that. How's that?
Let me just fly aside and give it a try.
Sorry, guess I didn't draw you with the power to fly.
You guess you didn't draw me with the power to fly? What's this cape for? Capes are fine. They're for fluttering up behind you like a dramatic when you land. What good are they if you can't fly?
Well, they look really good, especially with a tight bodysuit like I gave you.
Well, I do look pretty good, don't I? I work out, you know.
And with your charisma ray, you really don't need to fly.
I suppose not. Any superhero can fly. Who has my charisma ray?
You're gonna try it out.
What?
Your charisma ray, you were going to try it out.
Okay, I'll just run aside and give it a try. Run aside and give it a try. Hey girls, want to go out with a superhero?
Ew, get away, creep.
It's Star Guy!
Give me your autograph, please.
I love you, Star Guy! You're my hero!
You're my destiny.
You're my American Idol! Star Guy! Congratulations, Stan. My charisma ray works for
actually very interesting. You know, it started from a comic book very long ago.
Stanley,
Yeah,
get back to the drawing board.
with what?
With more superheroes. I need my partner Stan, my compatriots. I'm not one of those lonely superheroes like Spidey or Daredevil. I need friends, man. I need a group to lead. I'm born leader.
Oh, you mean a superhero team, like X-Men or the Fantastic Four? Gee, I could do that. In fact, I've been drawing superheroes all my life. I'm hoping that if I draw a really
Stanley,
Right, sorry.
I'm triple time.
It worked again.
of course it did. If you draw them, they will come. Welcome, Triple Time. What's your game?
My gig, mister, is speed. I'm the fastest girl alive. I'm faster than speed of light. I'm faster than a shooting star. I'm faster than a...
A speeding bullet?
Of course. Who wouldn't be faster than a speeding bullet? Watch this. Did you see that?
What?
I was there, and now I'm here. I was so fast you couldn't even see me move. Could you?
No! Wow!
Stanley, get back to the drawing board. Welcome to my game, Triple Time.
Your gang? Who appointed you leader?
I don't have to be appointed. I'm a born leader.
Hey guys, here's Blossom.
Hello there, wanna whip up my magical flowers?
That's nice.
Blossom. Blossom, they're right on.
Oops, I guess it's time for my all natural, completely organic home remedy.
Who appointed you leader?
I don't have to be appointed. I'm a born leader.
Could you guys please give our sweet little artist some quiet? He needs to concentrate.
This last superhero I've actually been working on for a very long time. I even did some research into her species-specific properties.
Species-specific properties.
What's this guy talking about?
Just a second. Fellow superheroes, prepare to meet the final member of your gang, Wombat Woman.
That's what I said. What is it with this Wombat Woman? You could have drawn me as anything. Wonder Woman, Elektra, something beautiful, something exciting.
Well, I've always liked, you know, animal-based superheroes, like Wolverine or Cat Lady.
Cat Lady is one thing. She's sleek, she's sexy, but a wombat.
What's a wombat?
It's a fat, furry groundhog, that's what it is.
Oh, honey, don't worry. I heard that Atkins diet does wonders, and there's always electrolysis for the hair.
A wombat's not a groundhog. Here, look, I have some notes on this page. Wombat, Bombatus ursinus, that's the Latin name. I was going to call you Bombatus, but I like the alliterative title of Wombat Woman a little better.
I'm going to alliterate you in a minute.
Don't dare be the artist lady. We might need him to draw us out of a jam.
Besides, wombats are actually very cute. They're related to koalas, and everyone knows they're the cutest things around.
Really?
Yeah, and look, they're marsupials. Like kangaroos, that means they have a pouch that they can store stuff in. You have that. I'll even draw you some superhero stuff to store it in.
Well,
Of course. And listen to this. Wombats are very strong. They have thick, muscular legs and strong claws, making them burrowers of the highest order. That's your superpower. There isn't a barrier around it you can't burrow through. I wanted to give my superheroes something special, something that no other superheroes had before. Have you ever heard of a burrowing superhero?
Absolutely not.
Totally unique. Weird, but unique.
I'm sure it's a power that could come in handy someday, maybe.
all right, but if I'm going to be Wombat Woman, I'm going to need a nicer outfit. I'm going to need a hat, a cape, and maybe a glittery mask.
All right. There. How's that?
Really? A baguette?
Sorry. How's that?
Better. Can you put this on for me? Oh. Where'd you? Oh, there's my hat. Okay. I don't know. Does this cape make me look fat?
It's adorable on you.
And the mask is definitely an improvement. What did I say?
I can't believe my dream of becoming a comic book artist is finally coming true in this way. I mean, I've actually... created living, breathing superheroes.
Yeah, good job, Stanley, especially with you know who.
Guys, now that we're all together, I think we need a name.
Absolutely. Every group of superheroes has a name.
Why don't we all think of a name, write it down, we can put it in my pouch, and then pull it out.
No need to do that. I've already given it a lot of thought, and I have the perfect name for us. Star Guy and his friends.
Star Guy and his friends.
What?
You want me to squish that Erica Brandis?
Wait, what's wrong with the name?
What's wrong with the name? What's wrong with the name? Ow.
Guys. I was thinking maybe I should choose the name. I mean, I have been working on a superhero team for a long time, and you did all come out of my pen here.
Stanley's right. Let him decide.
Right, fair enough.
How about the Fabulous Four?
The Fabulous Four.
A little too similar to the Fantastic Four, but not enough for anyone to start crying plagiarism.
I love it.
We are pretty fabulous, especially with you know who.
Certainly better than Wombat Woman.
Then it's settled. I now christen you Star Guy, Triple Time, Blossom, and Wombat Woman, the Fabulous Four.
The charismatic, speedy,
Completely organic.
Burrowing.
Fabulous Four. First issue starting right now with original artwork by Stanley Leonardo Saprovitz. All right, now that we're a team, we need a villain to fight.
a villain.
Of course, every self-respecting superhero needs an evil villain to fight.
I can draw one right now if you give me an idea of what you want.
He should be totally disrespectful to the environment.
And behind a great stone wall that only I can burrow through.
Stanley! Oh, Stanley, I'm so glad you're here. I've been trying to contact Mr. Wonderman, but he won't answer any of his calls. Something terrible is happening in the city.
Something terrible is happening in the city.
Yes, something terrible was happening in the city, and it was only going to get worse as time went by. Dr. Shawclock was on the loose, making his mark as the undisputed king of crime. He would use his power over time to squeeze the moment into whatever took his fancy. He robbed banks.
Next. Hi, I would like to withdraw $76 from my account.
Look at all these people waiting in line to collect their paltry amount of dollar bills. I don't wait in line, and I don't collect the paltry amount. Benito's, fill my bag with some greenbacks, please.
Yes, Scion of the Second.
Thank you. Now, regards from Dr. Shawclock. Toodaloo.
What just happened? My cash drawer. It's empty. We've been robbed.
He invaded the headquarters of gold and silver dealers throughout the city.
Get this crate of gold bars down to the safe right now. Yes, sir. Ready? It's really heavy. 1, 2, 3.
Benito's, my gold, please.
Yes, maestro of the moment.
And by the way, Dr. Shawclock was here.
The crate of gold. It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? It can't be gone.
It is. It just disappeared.
He cleaned out every jewelry store in town.
This necklace has 5 7-carat diamonds.
Gladys, what do you think? I think it makes your neck look sad.
Look at all these shiny baubles. I love shiny baubles. Benito's, my jewelry, please.
Yes, foreman of the fortnight.
Thank you.
Help, police!
There was no limit to Shawclock's greed. He even robbed innocent people walking along the streets.
I think, Venom, I'll relieve you of that heavy purse. You might tell everyone here, lady, that Dr. Shawclock was here.
There was nothing anybody could do against Shawclock. Even the police were powerless against him. As soon as they gave chase, he would snap his fingers and they would be frozen in time.
Look, O'Malley, isn't that...
Yeah, it is.
Stop! In the name of the law, how nice to meet you. Have a nice day. Oh yeah, almost forgot.
Nobody knew what to do. The city was in a state of panic. While Shotcloth was out wreaking havoc on the people of the city, Stanley and his band of superheroes were hatching a plan to foil the schemes of the evil villain. They thought and thought and thought. Finally, they came up with a plan.
I've got it! No one can stop Shotcloth because he just freezes time and everyone stops in their tracks. What we've got to do is get to him before he has a chance to stop time.
Easier said than done, man. All he has to do is snap his fingers.
Stop that, you fool.
I hate to admit it that Star Guy uttered any words of wisdom, but he's right about how difficult it would be to get Shawcloth before he snaps his fingers.
I don't think I'm even fast enough to do that.
You would be if we had a diversion, you know, distract him. Have you heard how those Menudos are always following him around?
They're the creepiest little things.
What I was thinking was if Star Guy could zap him with his charisma ray, they'd go crazy screaming and wanting his autograph.
Of course.
Hopefully, that should unsettle Shotcloth enough that we have time for Blossom to knock him out and Triple Time can grab him.
But what am I doing during all this? Combing my fur?
No, you're the key to the entire plan.
I am. What do I do?
I'm not sure, but it will be good. First, we've got to figure out how to find old Shotcloth. He can be anywhere, at any time. If only I knew how Batman knew that Mr. Freeze would be...
Listen, everyone. It says here that Ron Penny's going to be performing at a big show in Times Square tonight, and he's going to be auctioning off his famous coin collection for charity. I'd love to go to that. Rotten Penny is my favorite singer, and he's so handsome.
You've got to be kidding. He has a big nose and his eyes are way too close together. Now, if you look at my...
That's it, Viola, you're a genius.
I am? Gee, thanks. What did I say?
The Rotten Penny Show. If he's auctioning off his famous coin collection, Shotcloth's sure to be there. And if I were writing the story, I definitely would have the big battle at Times Square.
So we get to go to the show? I've got to get a new outfit!
We'll go to Times Square early. Triple Time, grab Shotcloth, or Star Guy knocks out the Menudos. Triple Time grabs Shotcloth. Blossom locks him out. And Wombat Woman burrows a hole deep into the ground, and we put him in there and seal it up.
I could do that.
It'll be perfect. It'll be like a cross between X-Men and the old Tales from the Crypt.
What's Tales from the Crypt? Sounds kind of creepy.
Fabulous Four, man your battle stations. On to Times Square to do battle with evil Dr. Shotcloth. Kapow! Kabam!
So the great battle between Stanley, his Fabulous Four, and the evil Dr. Shotcloth was set to take place in the illustrious Times Square. It was inevitable, of course. What self-respecting creative comic books could resist choosing the location for the final showdown? Sounds like the party is starting. I think I'll go join the festivities.
these shorts are the height of fashion. I couldn't be expected to wear those silly tight pants Stanley drew me to the party like this. I'm Star Guy. I have to uphold my image.
Uphold your image? If your shorts start hanging down and lower your image, will be the only thing you have to hold on.
Shorts are supposed to hang low. It's the in thing. Unlike that ridiculous jumpsuit you have on.
Ridiculous? Why are you conceited, little?
Guys, cut it out. We got a job to do.
Blossom's right. If you two don't shut up and get ready, I'll have to burrow into your hearts and rip them out of your chest.
Okay, I'm getting ready.
Just remember to exactly those intentions me to grab shot clock.
Don't worry about me. You just do your jobs.
Hey everyone, can I have your attention please? I know you've been waiting for our special guest to arrive.
Rotten Penny.
We want Rotten Penny.
Look at those girls screaming over Rotten Penny. They don't know good looks when they see them. I think I'll use my charisma to teach them a little lesson.
No, there's no time.
So now, I'd like to introduce our special guest, the #1 singer in the country, the man who has come here tonight to auction off his precious coin collection for charity, the one, the only, Rotten Penny.
Thanks, everyone. It's really cool to hear this happening city with all you from the fans. As you know, I'm here to auction off these babies in this box because I believe in sharing my wealth with those less fortunate than me. I also believe in requiring big tax deductions on my IRS form. But before we start the auction, I think we need some mean singing on band. No, with me!
Quick, use your charisma in the minuto.
I can't get it!
Blossom, triple cut.
No, triple five! On my way!
It's time for a bit of my magic. What do we have here? Look at me. Oh, look, Minutos. It's a super fast little superhero trying to do battle. I think she's a super fast little girl, so when I stop time, I merely slowed her down.
You slowed her down, all right.
She looks like an Energizer bunny without any energy.
Or an action figure who's missing the action.
I detect a few more of these annoying superheroes. This one looks like she was planning on doing something nasty with her flowers. Get rid of it. I never liked petunias.
This scion of the second.
And this guy appears to be having some trouble with the ladies. I don't know what this weapon is, but I think I'll relieve him of it just to be safe.
I'll put in your armory your kindness.
Here's the coin collection, Dr. Shot Clock.
Oh yes, can't forget what we came here for. Well, my happy party goers, I want to thank you for a very profitable time. Wait. Okay, take these Nazi superheroes away.
Yes, General of the Gentry.
Well, my happy party goers, I want to thank you for a very profitable time.
What just happened?
My coin collection. It's falling.
I just saw the shot clock. I just saw him as he left.
Quiet.
Everybody stay calm. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Everyone, just remain calm and let us do our job.
We need to question everyone here, so please, all of you line up in an orderly fashion.
Anyone who saw this crime, please step over here.
Where's the rest of the fabulous four? I don't see them anywhere.
Shot clock took the others. I was saving my brow so I didn't get frozen. It was all Star Guy's fault. He was so caught up with his girlfriends that he didn't have time to use his charisma and the minutos. The next time I see
It's
him,
not Star Guy's fault, it's mine.
What do you mean, Stanley? It's not your fault.
It is. I should have drawn you better. I should have drawn all of you with better powers.
You did the best you could. You even drew me a cute little cape and mask.
Anyone could draw a cape and a mask. I thought I was better. I thought I deserved to be a comic book artist. My mother even named me Leonardo. Leonardo! What would she think of me now?
Poor Stanley.
He shouldn't have been, though. His superhero, Star Guy, was only being the typical superhero. Every one of them has a flaw, you know. Superman wilted in the presence of kryptonite. The Green Lantern could be pierced by a weapon of wood. Star Guy was just joining the club. Like all the others, he had a flaw, the Achilles heel. He was in love with himself. Too bad. You know, I think I'll go try to find out what became of the charisma ray. Not that I need it, of course.
Here's your pen, Stanley. Maybe you could draw some new superheroes to battle Dr. Shopcloth.
It wouldn't do any good. The Fabulous Four were the best I could do. I've been working on them for years. No, Viola, just gotta face the facts. You're just a flop as a comic book artist.
Now wait just a minute. If you call yourself a flop, what does that make me? I thought I did a very good job burrowing out of the range of the Shopcloth magic.
You did, and you kept your hat at such a jaunty angle through the whole thing.
I did, thank you. I originally wore it straight in my head, but then I thought it looked a bit better when I tilted it.
It totally does. I think how you wear your hat is so...
Hats! Hats! I'm drowning here. I am wallowing, you might say, in a destructive self-pity. And all you can do is talk about hats!
You thought you might decide to give up.
Well, I had. But you could have at least tried to talk me out of it. After all, I just lost a lifelong dream. I just brought shame down on the name my mother gave me.
Poor Stanley.
My mother, Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz. My mother named me Leonardo after the famous Italian artist. Leonardo was an incredible Italian artist, and she hoped that someday I too would achieve fame and distinction in the world of art. She worked her fingers to the bone to buy me paints, pencils, pens, and brushes. She scrubbed toilets and cleaned floors so that her son, Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz, could realize his dream of being a comic book artist. Now I've let her down. I've let my poor mother down. All those hours she spent toiling for me, giving up her own happiness for me, are wasted because I'm not good enough. I'm not a Leonardo. I'm just a Stanley. Stanley Sapowitz. I'm nobody.
This is too sad. I can't stand it. I think I'm gonna have to help move the story along. The eraser, Stanley.
What?
Have you looked in the box that the pens came in?
The pens.
Kind of slow for a superhero. You know that, Stanley? The eraser for Pelkinesia.
Eraser.
Would you stop repeating every word I say? Take this eraser, be the superhero you're meant to be, and get rid of Shopcloth. I've done what I've done, and that's all I can do.
She called you a superhero, Stanley.
Me? A superhero?
Maybe you were always meant to be the leader of the Fabulous Four. Wait, that would make us the Fabulous Five. We need to get rid of somebody. Star Guy!
I've always wanted to draw superheroes, not be one.
Maybe you wanted to draw superheroes because you're afraid you couldn't be one.
Superhero? Is that really what I wanted to be?
It's not a bad gig, believe me.
Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz. Superhero. Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz. Superhero. Stanley Leonardo Sapowitz. Superhero!
Go Stanley!
I can do it! I suddenly feel it deep inside me. I can be a superhero.
Oh, Stanley!
I'm going to find Shopcloth, Viola, and I'm going to defeat him if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, Stanley!
This eraser must be the key. He must have been drawn by one of those pens. So to defeat him, I've got to erase him.
Oh, Stanley!
Before you do any erasing, you're gonna need to have a superhero outfit. Here, take my cape.
And wear my coat. Or don't wear it.
Okay. Thanks. Shopcloth, your time is running out. Prepare to meet Eraser Man.
Troubles weren't over, of course. He still had to have the final meeting between him and Shopcloth, and he found the perfect place for it. Stanley chose the Times building for the final, deadly encounter.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Mysterious superhero challenges Shopcloth to a duel at the top of Times building. Extra, extra, read all about it.
perfect place to have a battle with that creep Shocklock.
I know. Superheroes often wage their wars on top of buildings, hanging from radio towers, flagpoles, window ledges. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
But how do we know he'll come?
He'll come. No self-respecting supervillain can resist the challenge I put in the paper. I sure hope the shield helps to deflect his power to stop time, though.
It should. You drew it with your pen from Peloponnesa.
I know, but look at the luck I had with Star Guy.
Star Guy, he is dead meat the next time I see him.
It'll work, Stanley. It's a very good drive. And with that, and Wombat's kicking, you look very, very heroic.
Thank you, Viola. Here they come. Wombat Woman, you stay here, and if the worst happens, throw into that building and hide. Right.
Good luck, Stanley.
Viola, if I'll come back to this, I want you to know that Stanley Leonardo Sappho is the very best to be a superhero.
Oh, Stanley.
Viola! Menudos, I see you've arrived. But where's your master Shocklock? Too steep a climb for his fragile constitution.
My constitution runs like clockwork, fool. I doubt we'll be able to say the same when I'm through with you. Minuto, stuck your head for a moment, please.
Yes, Sultan of the century.
Tick-tock, stop the clock.
Sorry, Shocklock, but your power's running out of time.
No, it can't be.
Can't be.
Oh, yes, it can. Your gears have run down, your hour of power's coming to a close. Does that rhyme? Hour of power?
It was wonderful, Stanley.
Minutos, attack him!
Yes, so temporary.
Sorry, Shocklock, but your Menudos on this earth are running out of time, or running down. I'm erasing them all.
Erasing them all.
It's just you and me now. Eraser Man versus Dr. Shocklock.
Eraser Man.
That's right, Doctor. You're a supervillain drawn with magic by a powerful pen. I'm just an ordinary guy, but I've got something that can defeat you. I've got this.
No, it can't be. Tick-tock, stop the clock. Stop the clock. Stop the clock, stop the clock, stop the clock. Oh, my arm! You erased my arm!
I'm going to erase more than that in a minute, Shocklock.
No, please don't erase my other arm! No, please. Okay, I can still defeat you. I'm Dr. Shocklock. Oh, my leg! You erased my leg! Please don't erase my other leg. I'm Dr. Shocklock. I can stop time. No! Please don't erase me. No!
Hooray! Look, Eraser Man did it! He erased Dr. Shocklock! He won't be around to steal from us anymore! Woohoo!
Oh, Stanley, you did it! You won!
Good job, Eraser Man.
Eraser Man, that's me. That's really who I am, Eraser Man. And I, Eraser Man, pledge to forever to live up to my fellow superheroes and forever struggle to live up to their lofty goals. I shall join them in their fight with the forces of good and against the ever-present forces of evil in this world. And I shall never stop until every man, woman, and child lives in peace, harmony, and goodwill.
With
Liberty and justice for all.
That is my pledge. The pledge of Eraser Man.
Anyway, life goes on, and the next morning found DC Wonderman's artist back on the job at Wonder Comics.
Boy, I'm never gonna use one of those pens from Peloponnesa again.
Me too. Who would have thought our great plans could backfire like that? And to think I was the one who first drew that monster. Hey, DC, you're late.
I had a lot of explaining to do to my wife, but when I was gone all the time, she wasn't believing the Time Freezer story.
So, I guess we're never going to see those fat checks we were going to earn from Wonder Comics Alive?
Don't even talk to me about Wonder Comics Alive.
So, what's next?
It's funny you should ask that, because I happen to have come up with an idea for a surefire hit. We've got to work fast, though, before all the companies hop on the bandwagon.
Okay, Wendy. What is it? A new series?
It's a new series, all right, and it's going to be the biggest one yet. Get this, our first issue will start with a real-life battle last night on top of the Times building. We'll call it Defeats of Shockbuck, Volume 1, in the continuing adventures of Eraser Man.
Wow, I like it. In our second issue, we could create a whole life for Eraser Man leading up to that defining moment. Maybe he was trapped in the genealogy chamber when he was a little kid. Or maybe his parents left him here when his solar system was imploding.
I love it! I love it! Surettes! Yes, Mr. Wonderman, clean up in here. We've got work to do.
Yes, Mr. Wonderman. And Mr. Wonderman, it's Sapphirus. Stanley Leonardo Sapphirus.
Yeah. Come on, Ella. Let's go work out the storyline.
It's Stanley Leonardo Sapphirus. Comic book superhero.
The final bow for Michaela as an 8th grader. That was her last and final bow here with us at LES. Thanks, I just want to take a moment to thank all of you for coming and for supporting. Thank you. For supporting them. I have to put a big thanks to my new co-director, Senorita Stockbridge. There is absolutely no way I could have done this without her. She's been amazing this year. So please give this group a round of applause. They had a short amount of time to put this play together, and they totally pulled it off. It was awesome.
I'm crying. I'm crying. It was so good. Yeah, great job.
Thank you, guys. I do have to apologize about the light. Our little remote was getting caught up with my Wi-Fi for my laptop as I was trying to go along. So that was all on me. Although I did figure out if I stood way away from it, it works better. So, we do want to give a chance for you guys to take some pictures. We'll turn the lights on and everything so you can get some shots of the kids together in groups. But I just want to say I am so blessed and lucky to be able to work with 14 awesome cast members who sacrifice, an hour and a half every day after school and then 2.5 this week to try and get this all together, and they totally knocked it out of the park. So my congratulations to all of you. Thank you.